Liz here with Liz's Crafts, and I'm just waiting for my notifications to come up so that I'll know when everybody gets it. And here we are. So just a reminder, because I'm using my camera, when you look at your cell phone, you'll see me like this, but if you turn it this way, you'll get a better picture and you can see more close up what I'm doing. So we are going to use some old CDs today, and I know everybody has these laying around, either CDs or DVDs that they no longer want, or maybe went to computers or whatever that you've already gotten rid of. So we're going to recycle these CDs. You'll need 2 of them, and you'll need some cutouts, and these are just some thin cardboard that I use, and we're going to glue to both sides of the CD where the hole is. So if you like what we do here, please do this. And that means we're not allowed to say this word, so we say sprinkle. So if you would please sprinkle this to your page and to your friends, I would appreciate it. That way Facebook will just keep me out there and other people will see me. So we're going to get started. I'm going to show you what it is we're making. We are making a drum lantern, a clothespin drum lantern. And there, if you can see the lights there. So the one we're making today is going to be a little different than this. And I'm going to show you how to do that step by step. So the first thing we want to do is cut out circles to put in the center here, front and back, and then we're going to hot glue those on. And we're going to be using these clothespins here from the Dollar Tree. You're going to need 24 clothespins. These come 36 in a pack, and they have this paper, little cardboard that's in between it. You can use that cardboard to make these circles. And these circles, I just made them about an inch, I think it's an inch in width, yes. Just a little over an inch, maybe an inch and a quarter. And like I said, we're just going to take our hot glue gun and we're going to go around the edge of this. I'm going to put it on the front side and the back side of each of these CDs. And the reason we're doing this is because when you have your lantern light on, if you don't put anything there, it shows up as a lighter spot. So we want to cover that up. So you want to do this to both of your CDs. And these CDs are about 4.5 inches around. So you can get these fabric squares from Walmart that are 5 inches around, and they work perfectly. And Diane is on. Hi Diane, how are you? So we've got our circles on, and the next thing we want to do is Mod Podge our strips of fabric on. Now these are 5-inch squares. So I have my Mod Podge here, and I'm just going to put the Mod Podge actually on the CDs. I'm just going to put it over the whole thing. Even the piece that we just added to the center. Hi Dave, are you home? Or are you still out? So I just have this little square, and it has a gold design on it that I think is really cute. And I'm just going to flip this over, and I want to center it. I want to center my DVD on my material. And I just want to flatten it out. And then another thing that we need to do, actually, that I haven't done yet, is we need to take one piece and we need to trace around it. I had a pin here somewhere. No, that one's not gonna work. Oh, here's my pin. So I'm just gonna trace around. Two of these pieces is going to be our back side. You're not going to see these, but it just makes it look better when the light is on. So you want to do two of these and you just cut it out. And then we're going to go ahead and Mod Podge on this side and put our other piece of material on this one. And in case you don't know what we're making, I will show you the one that I made earlier. So we're making a clothespin lantern. So this is what it looks like. And then you could set something on top of it. Like I had mine sitting on the top of my TV with a pumpkin on it. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and cut these two out. How's everybody doing today? Nice and cooler weather. Still raining here in Texas, but it's a light rain. It's not a hard rain. So I'm enjoying the cooler weather. Okay, so we have this one cut out and we're going to cut out this one. Then I'm going to show you how we do the edges to the material that we already applied to the CDs. Just to make it look really nice. Nice and polished. I didn't do it to, I didn't put this inside part to the other one that I made, and you can see it in between the clothespins. So I thought this would just add another nice touch. So what you want to do is you want to round the corners. So you're just going to cut off the corner pieces. And then you are going to make slits all around your CD here, like this, about this far apart. I don't know if you can see it or not, but like this. Just all the way around. Some of the edges are going to be really short. Other edges are going to be a little longer, but that's okay. They will all stick down with the Mod Podge. Or actually, I'm going to use the hot glue. It'll stick better and faster. And then I got this thing here from the Dollar Tree. It was in the makeup section, and it has the silicone edge on it, and I thought that would be good to push these down as we go along. So I'm just going to make a ring of hot glue, and then I'm going to take this material and push it down along the edge, and that already dried on me. Okay, let's get another glue stick here. So this way I'm hoping it won't get burnt, because I got a couple of blisters on my thumb the other day. And then I'll show you what it looks like in a second. So we're just folding this down so that we have a nice clean edge. And it doesn't matter if the back edges overlap each other, that's fine. The back doesn't need to look pretty. We just need it to lay flat. Okay, we got 2 more pieces here. Okay, so here we have all of these edges laid down, glued down over top. And now what we want to do is take our Mod Podge and go over the whole back portion. And you want to take it from the outer edge to the inner edge, and that way you're not lifting up the edges of what you've already glued down. And you want it over top of the whole thing. And now you just want to put your piece of material that we cut the size of the CD onto the back. And then we're going to set this aside to dry. So here we have both sides. I'm going to press it down, and then we'll set it aside to dry, and then we're going to do the same thing to this other one. Oh wait, Erica's saying something. I just dug through boxes in my garage looking for a kindergarten nap. Nice, Erica. Thought you wouldn't need it, huh? My granddaughter's going to start physically going to the school on Thursdays and Fridays. So I guess they have to have that nap mat that she thought she wouldn't need because she was doing kindergarten online. And next week they're going to go to online the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then in school on Thursday and Friday. So again, I just trimmed the edges of the square, and now I'm cutting slits so that we can make these edges lay down on the back of the CD. And then we're going to hot glue the edges down. So I'm just taking a strip of hot glue. You don't want to go too far because it does dry pretty quickly. So is anybody else loving this lower temperature weather? Gilda's watching. Hi Gilda, how are you? Good to see you. Tell Charles hi. So again, I'm just gluing down the edges that we cut around the CD. Then we will Mod Podge the whole thing here and put our back piece of material on it. Just like we did the other piece, because you do need to. So again, when you're putting the Mod Podge on, go from the outer edge to the center when you're doing this, so that you don't get underneath the material that you just glued down. I just need a tad more. Okay, I'm going to put the lid on my Mod Podge, and then I'm going to get this bottom piece here. I'm going to put this in some water. Just kind of looking to see which way my design is going. You don't have to do that. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so you want to press this down. Make sure it's on there real good. And then we're going to pick up the one that we already did, and we are going to stencil. Now I have this pack of stencils here. This is in the 8 by 11 section, and I'm going to use this one here, You Are Enough. Now these are encouraging words, and you get 12 little stencils in a pack, and this is great if you're just beginning and you don't know what stencils to buy, because you can do 12 different things, and then you can keep using these over and over. So because we're putting this on material, we do not need to fuzz it, and I'm just going to take it off the backing sheet and put it here in the center of my CD. Now I do have this kind of lump here from where we put that centerpiece on. You could just put the centerpiece on the inside portion and not the outside, but I did that, so we'll just go with it. And I have my little squeegee here, and then my coal black chalk paste. Now I'm using chalk paste because, one, I'm not ever gonna, I'm not gonna wash this or anything. I mean, you couldn't, and it'll stay on there. I'm not gonna worry about it. We're not gonna be touching all over it or whatever, so it's fine. Tracy's on. Hi, Tracy. And if you guys could tell me what would be the optimum time for me to go live for you all. Does anybody have an opinion? I put a post out there, but so far nobody said anything. And if you don't have a time that you prefer, I'm just gonna stick with the 11:30 on weekdays and the noon on the weekends. But if there's a better time I can come on for you, can you please let me know? So I'm just going to put my chalk paste up, put my squeegee in the water. Now I'm going to take off my stencil. Whoa, look at that. And the inside where it was, where I had the circle, I didn't even affect it at all. So this says You Are Enough. And I did put the link to this particular stencil, the package, in the description, along with the chalk paste link. And if you do decide to buy, please use my links, and I would appreciate it. I do get a little percentage, and that's how I can keep going live. So I'm just going to use my heat gun a little bit. I don't want to mess this up, so I'm going to dry it. Okay, and then I'm just going to trim this edge up a little bit. It's hanging over. So I'm just going to take my scissors and just trim up the edge a little bit. And the chalk paste dries pretty quickly anyway. So as soon as you're done with your stencil, you should wash it out so that your chalk paste or your ink or whatever doesn't get in the nooks and crannies and then you can't use it anymore. So make sure you wash them, dry them, and then put them back on the backing. Oops, I need this right here. So this is what we have here, and then this is our bottom. So this is the top, and this is the bottom. And I'm going to trim this one up. Okay, let me see. Brenda's on. Hi, Brenda. How are you? Where are you from? Good to see you. Glad you could join us. And if you can you guys please do this with this video so that others can see it? I would totally appreciate it. Okay, so we have, this is our top. It says you are enough. And then this is our bottom. So what we're making is a drum lantern. So I'm just going to show you what I've already done. So this is one I've already done. I put some bling on it. And this one says, live a life filled with love. Kind of hard to see. And then we light it up. Isn't that cute? Brenda's from Nebraska. Okay, I think I remember you from, was it yesterday or the day before? How are you doing, Brenda? Make sure I'm not missing anybody. Okay. So, you just get you some clothespins from the Dollar Tree. Where did I put? Okay. So I'm just using these clothespins right here, and we're using 24 of them, and there's 36 in a pack. So I have glued these together, and the way you want to do it, and this was from the other project, I had some left over, is you want one going one way and one going the other way. So just take some hot glue. Brenda's good. Thank you, Brenda. So you want to make sure you have one going one way, one going the other way, until just use a strip of hot glue. Sometimes you have to glue it a couple times until you have it like this. So you want to keep the springs in the clothespins because that helps you form a circle. Now this is the hardest part, is keeping this together. So you want to use hot glue. The high temperature hot glue. If you use the low temperature, this is not going to work very well. So high temperature hot glue works best on wood. So once you have your 24 clothespins glued in a straight line, you want to glue the last two, the ends together. And I'm just pinching this and holding it. If you have some clips, you might be able to clip it, but I'm just squeezing it. And you want to make sure this is totally dry before you start gluing it on, or it's going to pull apart. Okay, so the hot glue dries pretty fast. I see this wants to pull apart though, so I'm going to add a little bit more. There it goes. Like I said, this is the tricky part of getting this to stay together. So you want to try to take whatever tension is on it off of the last two that you're gluing together. so that they stay together. And then you want to hold them until they're completely dry. When I let go of it, it wasn't completely dry. And then too, you can use one of these two lights. Both of these I got at Dollar Tree. So on the one that I showed you, I used this here, copper wire LED lights. There's 12 lights. Of course, at the Dollar Tree, they were $1. And then this one here is a LED light set, clear white, and not sure how, 10 lights. So this one has 10 lights and that one has 12 lights. But they both take 2 AA batteries. So before you glue this on, you want to put your lights in. So this is going to sit right here. You want to straighten them up. You want to put your lights in there. You want to keep your battery pack on the outside. So you're just putting your lights inside there. And this could get a little tricky too when you start to glue it down. You want to make sure your cord is out of the way. You don't want to, I mean, you could glue it down, I guess. Okay. So you're just going to take your glue gun, and again, I suggest high heat glue gun. And then you're going to go around the edges of the CD. And then you're just going to sit your clothespin circle on the glue. So I'm just doing a little portion at a time. And then I'm going to turn it and add more. Keep going around, positioning my clothespins so they're sitting in the glue. And if you guys make any of these crafts, please feel free to share them, a picture of them on Liz's craft page. I love to see what other people make. So I'm just kind of pushing the clothespins back a little bit as I put my glue on the edge of my CDs, and then bringing them forward. And trying to get them as straight as I can. Now, like I said, either set of lights will work for this. The other ones might work a little bit better because you can kind of put them in a circle. But really, it doesn't matter. But I do like the white lights. Of course, they also have red and green and purple and orange. So if you wanted to make a themed piece, you could use those colors. You could do something for Halloween if you like, or you could do something for Christmas. You could even do something for fall, Thanksgiving. I want to try to make sure that all my lights are inside and not poking out. So I just kind of put them there in the center. Okay, so I'm just kind of going around here making sure that everything is glued down well. or at least as well as can be. Okay. And then make sure my lights are in the center, not poking out. And then I'm going to put the top on. So what I want to do is, this is going to be the back portion where my battery pack is. So I want to make sure that this part with the words on it is opposite of where my battery pack is. Because that's going to be the back and this is going to be the front. Okay, so all I'm going to do is put in another glue stick, and then I'm going to go all the way around the outside edge of my DVD, putting on quite a bit of glue, and then I'm going to put that on top here, on top of my clothespins. And then I'm going to make sure all the clothespins are inside. Okay. And this is not it. We're going to do a little more decorating. But what do you think so far? The clothespins make a nice decorative touch to it. Isn't that cute? And then you could sit whatever you want on top of it. Like I said, I put a pumpkin on top of that other one that I did. So I'm going to take this bling here, and this is from the Dollar Tree. It says diamond wrap, and I'm going to do the single wrap. So this has 5 rows on it. So I just want the single, and I'm going to put it around the edges of the DVD. So I'm just going to start cutting this. And I'm going to leave it on the roll until I get it all around, and then I'll cut it off. And I want to start gluing it on towards the back. So I just want to go where my battery pack is, and I'm going to start putting glue on the edge of the DVD, or CD, I'm sorry. Or you could use a DVD. I mean, nowadays they don't cost that much anyway, and I don't know about you, but I only watch the movies once or twice. But this is just a nifty little thing that you can use to push these diamond dots on there. I don't know if you can see that right there. So I'm just going to continue around with my glue and my diamond wrap. And this is a gold one. I used pink on the other one. And I had a pink pumpkin that my daughter had made me. And I had put the pink pumpkin on it, on top of my TV, and turned the light on, and I thought it was pretty cute. Of course, I'm biased, so. Now, I did see other people making this, and they did 6-inch wood rounds, and they used 2 layers of the clothespins. So they did 2 of the rounds and put them on top of each other. You see this one here. Let me see if I can get it out. It wants to go in a little bit, so let me see if I can pull that out. Ooh. Well, I guess I can. It doesn't want to come out. This one here's in a little bit. Well, maybe I'll see what I can do with that later. And I will put the link to the stencil and the chalk paste in the comments after I get off of here. And you can always find all the products at lizyonke.magnoliadesignco.com. And also, if you go to Liz's craft page, there is a shop now button, and if you click on that, it will take you directly to my site for the stencils and the chalk paste and all the other things that they have. So I'm just going to cut this off where it meets the other one. Make sure that they're all glued down. And then we'll flip this over and do the other side. So, I don't know if you can see that at all. But we're going to do this to the bottom. So I'm just going to cut this. And the diamond wrap was purchased at the Dollar Tree. Some of them come in 3s. I think some of them come in 4s, rows, and then others come in 5 rows. And then they have sheets of them too. So you do have options. They have blue and green and gold. And they have like a rose gold color. Just different colors. Very pretty. Nice for embellishing. Okay. So I'm just going to start my gluing here. Again, I'm just doing a little bit at a time so that my glue doesn't dry on me before I get it put on there. And really, how much did this cost? You had your clothespins, which are $1. You have this diamond wrap, which is $1. Your CDs basically are free because I know everybody has some of these laying around. You know, maybe blank ones that you intended to use for your computer or whatever, and you no longer are going to use it. So that was free. And then you have, oh, I know what I did. I put this on upside down. Oh well. I put my bottom one upside down. I was wondering why it was looking like that, but that's okay. It's going to be on the bottom anyway. So make sure when you glue it together, you do it correctly. Don't do what I did. In this case, do as I say, not as I do. And then I'm just going to trim this up. And continue with my gluing. So anyway, then the material, I think it was, well, I'm not sure. I got it from Walmart. So I'm not exactly sure how much it was because I got it when I got the jelly rolls. And I know the 5-inch scraps or squares are less than the jelly rolls. So maybe $4 and something. But you can cut your own fabric squares. These are just 5-inch squares and you only need 4 of them. So you have that, and then your stenciling, which the stenciling you can use over and over so you don't, you're not going to count the whole cost of the stencil. And then you have your Mod Podge and your hot glue. Okay, so let me just show you what it looks like. I'm going to turn this light off. And then I'm going to turn this other light off. And let me get some of this off at the table here. And here you go. Well, you still can't see it very well, can you? I've got a lot of glue on my lines. But you can also put a candle on there. Like I said, I had my pumpkin on this one over here. What do you guys think? So I just call this my Clothespin drum lantern. Something a little different than what we normally do. Brenda says cute. Thank you, Brenda. Okay, well, I will be back here tomorrow at 11:30. And, oh, Brenda, in case you weren't here when I was talking earlier, is this a good time for my live, or would you like a different time? If you could just let me know, I would appreciate it. So these are just really nice pieces to add to your home decor, and they really don't cost much at all. At all. And I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but I posted pictures of the little lanterns, the little lamps I made for my granddaughter. I thought they turned out cute. Robert's watching. Hi, Robert. How are you? So anyway, if you missed it, go back and watch the replay, and you can still share when you watch the replay. Oops, I said that word. Sprinkle. Anyway, I would appreciate it if you like and follow my page, and if you do order something, that you would order it from my links. So until tomorrow, I will be back tomorrow at 11. No, wait, what's tomorrow? Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday. Tomorrow at 11:30 Central. So I will have another craft for you. I'm not exactly sure what it's going to be yet, but I'll have something planned. So until then, keep crafting.